Hello, students of class 8. Good morning, all of you. After completion of the chapter Against the Odds, we are going to complete the chapter through Grandpa's Eyes. Right? So, first of all, let me introduce who is the who is the writer, of this chapter. The writer of this chapter is Patricia McLachlan, is the writer of this chapter. She is an American writer and she is best known for her novel Sarah, Plain and Tall, which is the winner of the Newbery Medal. She is also author of many beloved picture books, many of which she co-wrote with her daughter. That means, along with her daughter, she wrote some of the picture books. She lives with her family in USA. Still, she is there and she lives with her family in USA. Now, let me introduce the title. Right? What is the title or why the title is like that? Through Grandpa's Eyes. Right? In this, a grandson is there and grandson cooperate his grandpa very much. Right? So he has to be with grandpa to help him. Right? But grandpa is totally independent. Right? And he wants to do everything himself by guessing, by imagining something. Right? So this is the story of grandson and grandpa. Right? And grandson looks through grandpa's eyes, that if grandpa is blind, he is unable to see. Right? How he manages everything himself. Right? So the grandson also helps him, and grandson looks through his eyes, that how grandpa is imagining all these things. Right? So as I told you, it is written by Patricia McLachlan, and I explained this chapter line by line. Now, first of all, what is the theme of the chapter? Right? So, grandpa is a blind man, but grandpa wants to do and manage his daily life in such a way that he needs nobody to help. Even then, he is better than a seeing person. Right? And sometimes it happens that when a blind person manages his life in such a way that we really astonish that how he does all these things without seeing, without eyes, but they are having the best imagination power. Right? And through that they are imagining everything, they are guessing everything, and they are doing better work than we do. Right? So grandson wants to see by his grandpa's view, and he wants to help grandpa in such a way. Right? But through this chapter, what we learn, what is the message in this chapter? That blind persons are more attentive, they are very alert about their surroundings. Right? This we can learn. So we have to learn something from this. Now I am starting the chapter. Grandpa does not see things the way I do. He has his own way of seeing things. Right? I was I used to see the world. I used to see everything around me. But grandpa had different view. Right? He has his own way of seeing things because he was blind, and he was having his own ways to judge everything, to guess everything. In the morning, the sun pushes through the curtains into my eyes. Right? When curtains were pushed, right, the sun was there, the sun rays were there into my eyes. It wakes grandpa differently from the way it wakes me. Definitely, grandpa was blind. Right? Grandpa is blind, and the sun rays wakes grandpa in the different way, and the sun rays wakes uh, grandson in the different way. He says it touches me. What grandpa says? The sun rays touches me, and he feels the warmth of the warm rays of the sun, warming him awake. Grandpa smiles because he hears me enter his room. Right? When I walk up and enter to Grandpa's room, he smiles and welcomes me, and he becomes happy that grandson is there in his room. Good morning, John, he says. Where's Nana? I ask him. Who is Nana? Nana is his grandma. Lovingly, they call grandma Nana. Don't you know? Close your eyes. He's asking, where is grandma? What is she doing? Don't you know? Close your eyes, John, and look through my eyes. Now grandpa says, don't you know where is grandma? Now you close your eyes and just look all the things by my ways, because I can only listen, so I can judge everything. But you can see, you can't judge anything. So you just close your eyes and listen to the voice around you, sounds around you. I close my eyes. Down below, I hear the banging of pots and the sound of water running that I didn't hear before. Right? Now, what the grandson does? He closes his eyes. Now, down below, he hears some banging of utensils, pots, and everything, and the sound of water running that I didn't hear before. Before that, he had never guessed all these things, right? Now he closes his eyes and he feels everything, right? When we look at the sparrow chirping, at that time we can't enjoy its chirping. But when we close our eyes, when we concentrate at the chirping of the sparrow, definitely we'll enjoy sparrows chirping. So, Nana is in the kitchen making breakfast, I say. Now the grandson could guess that Nana is in the kitchen and she is preparing breakfast for them. When I opened my eyes again, I see Grandpa nodding at me. Right? Nodding, that means moving my head. Right? So when grandson opened his eyes, he sees Grandpa, who is nodding at him. He's tall with light gray hair. This is the look of Grandpa. Grandpa is tall and he is having light gray hair due to his age. And his eyes are sharp blue, means clear blue. His eyes are clear blue, even though they are not sharp seeing. That means they are not able to see, right? And even notice the small details, right? So, breakfast calls Nana. Now, Nana is there along with the breakfast. I smell eggs frying, says Grandpa. What Grandpa says? I had a smell of frying of eggs and buttered toast. So he smells everything. Frying eggs, buttered toast, everything he is filling. Next page, beta. Page number 86. Page number 86. The wooden banister has been worn smooth from Grandpa running his fingers up and down. Right? Now, wooden banister, that is the railing of staircase, right, has been worn smooth from Grandpa running his fingers. So, Grandpa is coming to down, right? And this staircase were going up and down, right? So, Grandpa used to go up and down daily, and he was running his fingers through that smoothness, right? I walk behind him, my fingers following Grandpa's smooth path, right? I also put my fingers on the banister, on the railing, and I also felt the smoothness of the railing. We go into the kitchen. Now we are going to the kitchen. I smell flowers, says Grandpa. Grandpa smells flowers because his guessing power, his imagination power is too high. So he smells something. What flowers? I ask. He smiles. He loves guessing games. That means he likes it very much. That to feel something, to guess something, right? And after guessing, he used to say, what is that, right? Not violets, John, not peonies. Violets and peonies are the names of the flowers. They are different kinds of flowers. Carnations, I shout. I love guessing games too. Right? Grandson also wanted to play the guessing game. So he might also close his eyes, and he had imagined about one flower that was carnations. He also imagined. Grandpa laughs. Marigolds, right, Nana? He asks grandma, right, that it is marigold. These flowers that smell are marigolds. That's too easy, smiles Nana as she puts two plates of food in front of us. Now she put two plates of food in front of us. Isn't it? Sorry, it's not at all easy, I protest. राइट मैंने जैसे कि प्रोटेस्ट किया, कंप्लेन की, मैंने क्या कंप्लेन की, इट्स नॉट ऑल एट ऑल इजी, इसको गैस करना ये बिल्कुल इजी नहीं है. हाउ कैन ग्रैंड पा टेल, कैसे ग्रैंड पा ये बोल देते हैं कि ये कौन सा फ्लावर की स्मेल है. सो ही टोल्ड इट वेरी इजीली. All the smells mixed together in the air because all the flowers are there, and along with the flowers breakfast was ready, so all kinds of smells were there into the air. So it was very difficult to guess about the flower. Close your eyes, John, says Nana. Tell me what breakfast is. Now Nana, grandma is telling to John to close his eyes, and also told that to tell what breakfast was. I smell the eggs. I smell the toast. Now, what the grandson says? He smells eggs. He smells toast. He said, with my eyes closed. He kept his eyes closed. And something else. It doesn't smell good. Some other things are also there that doesn't smell that much good. That's something else, says Nana laughing. Is the marigolds? Right? That smells is something else. कुछ अलग ही है. Something else is there. Laughing is the laughing. She says laughing is the marigolds. The other smell that you feel, they are marigolds. When he eats, Grandpa's plate is like a clock. When Grandpa sits to eat or sits to have breakfast or snacks, whatever, at that time he keeps everything like a clock, right? You have seen the clock, na? 12 upside, 6 downside, left side 9, right side 3, right? So if we close our eyes, we can feel the clock, definitely, right? The same way, the grandpa used to keep everything like a clock. 2 eggs at 9 o'clock. He kept 2 eggs at the 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, where can we find 9? At the left side, right? So at the left side, he keeps 2 eggs and tossed at 2 o'clock, right? 12 is upside, then 1, then 2, right side, right? So he used to keep tossed at 2 o'clock, says Nana to Grandpa, and a dollop of jam at 6 o'clock, right? Dollop, that is a small amount of soft food, right? जैसे कि spoon we can drop it into the plate, right? So the jam, some of the jam was at 6 o'clock, that means at downside in the plate, right, below. So this means like a clock, he arranged his plate so that he can come to know where the things, eatable things, lying, right? I make my plate of food a clock too. Grandson also did like that. He also put everything in a like a clock and it through grandpa's eyes. He might have closed his eyes and he wanted to eat through grandpa's eye. That means he wants to feel everything through grandpa's eyes. Next page, students. Page number 87. After breakfast, I follow grandpa's path through the dining room, right? From the dining room, grandson followed grandpa to the living room. Where they went? They went to the living room, to the window that he opens to feel the weather outside. Now, grandpa wanted to feel the weather outside. What kind of weather is there, and what is going on outside? And to his cello in the corner. Cello, that is the big violin. See this large violin like instrument, right? So that was lying in a corner. Will you play with me, John? He asks. To play, that means to play violin. Will you play with me, John? He asks. He tunes our cellos without looking, right? He wanted to play cellos without looking at tunes because he was very much aware. He was very much aware with this thing. I play with the music, stand and sheets of music before me. Right? Grandson wanted to keep a stand and sheet to see the tunes. Right? So he wanted to keep all these things and wanted to take help of all these things. But grandpa, he did not see tunes to play the cello. I know all about musical notes. I see them on the music sheets. Right? He could play because he has this stand and sheet in front of you, right? But grandpa plays them. They are in his fingers. Grandpa only play them. He did not see at the tunes or at the sheet, right? He played himself because tunes are in his fingers because he is unable to see. So he has all these things in his mind, in imagination, and tunes in his fingers. Okay, students. Now we are going to complete this first video, and up to fingers we are completing. In the next video, dear students, we are completing rest of the chapters, right? Okay, so I would give you some of the words, or you will have to find some of the words, and you will have to write the meanings as well as one sentence for each, so that you can understand how to use these words into the sentence. You can easily can be able to speak properly. Okay, fine. Goodbye. Meeting you in the second part of this chapter.